This is a script. Yep, that's all I wrote. No, this will not be scripted. I'm going to speak from my heart about this. Sharing my thoughts, sharing what makes my YouTube channel what it is, and if there's any plan moving forward. So Yobos, Wii2PLAY, Printer Bushwicks of YouTube, I'm not going to pretend that I had this idea that I was planning to do this. This is a spur of the moment thing because I just started hearing about some of this stuff from YouTube. I'm going to try not to make it sound too blatant what it is, but if you know, you know. All I want to do right now is speak to you about my history with video games. I don't know my earliest memory, except when I was like 5 or 6. I had Super Nintendo, and I had a Game Boy. I also possibly had some Sega and Sony stuff, but that's aside from the point right now. I was introduced to video games at a young age. I played Mario. I played Kirby. I played, I'm trying to think, Sonic, but again, not really Nintendo related. But I had all kinds of different games that I got into. Eventually, I got into Pokemon. Legend of Zelda, that wouldn't happen for a while. In case you don't know the story, and I will repeat myself as long as I have this channel, my first Legend of Zelda was Majora's Mask. Would not recommend that to be your first Legend of Zelda. I didn't truly get into Legend of Zelda until I first heard about Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Wii, but I am getting ahead of myself. I have been playing Nintendo games since the Super Nintendo, and I grew up with the Nintendo 64 and all the units that came after it, except for Virtual Boy. I've never touched Virtual Boy. I played the GameCube, I played the Nintendo DS, the 3DS, the Wii, the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch, which I have, well, I was about to say it's right here, but this is actually just the charging thing for it. I've enjoyed playing Nintendo games all my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, when I was playing a lot of these Nintendo games for at least half of my life, I was with my brothers. I had someone that I could play with. We could watch each other play games, we could support each other, we could jeer each other, we could play competitively, we could play cooperatively. I lived with my parents, and for a while it was fun. But then I graduated from high school, which I barely did that. That's a different story for a different day. But I wanted to get out of that household. Some of the rules and some of the ways that I felt treated by my parents, I was just not happy with, and I was ready to just get my own life. And in 2005, I believe, I was lucky enough to get my own place. Not this apartment, the previous apartment. And for the for the first few weeks, maybe months, I was happy. I had my own place. But there was a lingering emptiness that kept becoming more and more apparent the longer it went on. I was lonely. I had no one to talk to, no one that I was friends with in my hometown, and no one to play with. I had all these video games, and unless I was playing some one-player video game that I'd never played before, some of those video games just, they felt useless to me because I couldn't play with my brothers. I could barely see my family, like, once, twice a year. because of how far we were apart. So I went into this, one of many depressions I have had. And at one point, I was looking at my game, my copy of Super Mario Galaxy, and I was telling myself how it would be fun to play that again, to relive that game. But then I questioned, what would be the point? I can't showcase it to anyone. I would just be playing it by myself. So what would be the point? And that's where YouTube came in. Now, that's not how my channel started. Longtime viewers will know the first thing I ever uploaded to the channel was a Super Monkey Ball Adventure video where it was just the title screen. Something that in this day and age, I am not sure I will ever be allowed to do. But basically, my YouTube channel stemmed from the fact that I loved listening to video game music. I would find a way to just... Well, I don't want to mention that. I love listening to video game music. But there was some music that I could never find on YouTube. And it's like, well, I can't wait for someone to upload this music when I have the ability to do it myself. Thus, my channel was born. I uploaded music from Monkey Ball Adventure, from Bust-a-Move Bash, from Wii Party. I was the first. I will continue to say I was the first. I uploaded music from Pokemon Rumble and from other various games. And I did that until the one thing that I could use to make that music, to upload to YouTube, broke on me. So when I started thinking about how much I would have loved to showcase video games, including the upcoming Pokemon Sun and Moon games, I was thinking about some of the YouTubers that I've watched. Now, I'm not going to list names here because that might get them in trouble. I don't know. But there were other YouTubers that played games and had witty commentary that I enjoyed watching. And then I thought, well, with my flip video camera, why can't I do that? And thus, my Wii2PLAY channel was recreated, and now I make Let's Plays of video games. All stemming from the fact that I want to share my gaming experiences with you. Some questionable, but sometimes funny, humor that I have about said games, both new and old. Now, I enjoy playing newer games more than older games. Not saying I don't like playing older games, but if I haven't played that older game in a while, I think I'll be more excited to play it. But I have played hundreds of Nintendo and other video games. And one of my goals on my YouTube channel is to try to upload a Let's Play of nearly every single video game I have ever played, along with all the new video games that I am playing. Stuff includes Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, Pokemon Scarlet, new Pokemon Snap. I'll try to pick one that isn't Pokemon. Mario, some Mario game. Kirby, The Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I live to play these games, and that's the thing. That's the only thing I can live for. I'm not saying if my YouTube channel goes out that I go with it in a crude sense of terms, but I'm saying that my livelihood, my enjoyment in life is mostly spent through YouTube. Now, I've had some things that have happened that have been very distasteful and have sometimes edged me away from this platform, but I still keep coming back because I know that I can still make videos and just showcase my experience with these games. Pokemon Legends Arceus, I can showcase my personal experience in the game. Same with Super Mario Odyssey. Now, here's the thing, and it's been harder to do this. I try to avoid spoilers, but YouTube, I learned about putting hat on Bowser in Odyssey way earlier than I should have. But I want to do my videos a little bit differently. I'm not trying to spoil the game. I'm letting people know exactly where I am in the game. Because I wouldn't do that to myself. If I'm going to watch someone play Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, I'm going to make sure I'm not watching the parts where the footage is new. Where there's the new Magaland stuff. I want to experience that for myself. And for those that are interested, I would like to share my experience with others. That is the only thing I'm doing for this YouTube channel. I am not getting any commissions. I am not being paid to make this content. No one is sponsoring me. I am that one single YouTuber that tries to do everything. From uploading to editing to apologizing to why my videos sometimes suck. Per se. But things are changing yet again. And I thought we had already went through this phase. But it seems like some gaming content is being taken down. Again, I'm not going to list names. But I worry about my own channel. I'm a small channel. I'm not up to 1,000 viewers yet, regardless of whether or not they continue to watch. And by viewers, I mean subscribers. I'm not up to 1,000 subscribers yet. So I haven't reached that threshold where I'm actually someone in the YouTube community. And more or less, I'm fine with that. Live streams, I've talked about this, it is hard for me to live stream something, especially if I'm not having fun, if no one's watching it. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to just talk about how much I love Nintendo. And why I've been dipping my toes into some stuff. I will just mention it as vaguely as possible. I still support Nintendo content. Now, if you look at my first Super Mario Brothers video, yeah, not exactly legit, but the way I see it, I'm trying to get the best quality I can for my videos. And if you also watch my one and only Hamtaro video, I wasn't exactly happy with that quality. Not just because my microphone was plugged in weird, but also because the content, what you were seeing on the screen, that's not what I would have seen on my Game Boy Color screen. And I don't like that. I don't like that. If I'm going to upload something, I want it to be the best quality as I possibly can. But I'm only doing this not only to entertain myself, but to entertain you guys. That's all I'm getting from this, is just entertainment. But now I'm afraid my content is going to be shut down. I have no proof of this happening, other than at least one YouTuber who came out in the open and expressed the situation in detail, to a point where I am paranoid. That's why I'm making this video. I am not begging Nintendo to not take down my content, which I probably should have been more discreet about. I'm not doing that necessarily, because there have been some things that I probably coulda, shouldn't have done. But at the same time, I'm just doing it for entertainment's sake, to have fun, to share my experiences. That's all in gaming, is just share my experiences. And when it comes to spoilers in video games, I try my hardest not to reveal that stuff. There was the dragon from Super Mario Odyssey. One of the most shocking parts to me since the hat on the Bowser thing was spoiled. And when I made a thumbnail for that video, I was trying to be as discreet as possible, yet at the same time tease it to a point where if someone's watched it, if someone knows about that boss fight, it's like, oh, I get what they're showing, I get the reference, but I'm not blatantly saying, hey, you fight a dragon, hey, you put the hat on the dingin' Bowser. I'm not doing that, and I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to keep my content watchable in the sense that if you want to watch it, if you want to see what happens in the game, you can. But if there's certain parts of the game you don't want to see, that's fine. I'm not going to trick you. I'm not going to clickbait you into clicking this video. I'm trying to be... I can't think of the word right now. This is why sometimes I should write a script, but I'm trying to be as thorough as possible with not revealing something that most people might not want to know about, especially when going into a game or trying to get to the end of that game. At least I'm trying. But it might not even matter, because Breath of the Wild content is being taken down. And we are being warned about making content for Tears of the Kingdom. You know I want to play it. I know I want to play it. Other people know I want to play it, or they know other content creators want to play it. But there's a chance, the moment I finish a live stream, or the moment I post a video that is a shorter version of what I streamed, such as with Sonic Frontiers, which I still need to finish, the moment it happens, or even before, that content could be taken down. And it is completely out of my hands. I am not a person that can go against Nintendo or any big company. I don't have a lawyer. I don't have money to pay for something that I might have done wrong. I'm a simple YouTuber who likes simple things, like playing video games and showcasing it to you guys. And I'm afraid that era, my channel, could come to an end. I have had videos taken down before, but that's because I've sometimes pushed the envelope. Although it's interesting, one of my older videos kinda got quote-unquote flagged. It's not a copyright strike, it's something else, but still. As far as I can remember, I've never gotten a copyright. However, this new era where some of us loved the Super Mario Bros. Movie and critics hated it, something is going down at Nintendo headquarters. I think I can blame one specific mod that I have never taken part in, but I think that has been the start of something that might take down a lot of our YouTube channels, or change the content we decide to play on those channels. I'm not speaking for other YouTubers. I partially am, but I'm also just speaking for myself. I don't want to stop making Nintendo content. Nintendo is my life. I may have mentioned Sony, but I rarely play any Sony games. Rarely. Now, there's stuff that I want to dabble in, stuff I want to try out more, like Kingdom Hearts, even though that's also now for Nintendo. But what happens if I have a YouTube channel and I can't post any Nintendo videos? I can't post any of the stuff that I grew up playing, that I love playing. What happens? Do I just stop making my YouTube channel? Do I just keep putting stuff up until Nintendo shuts everything down, removing all the thousands of videos that I put time and effort into, more or less? Jokes and bits and edits that I'll never see again because my whole channel and every single video on it will be terminated, never to be seen again, wiped off the face of the earth like freaking Thanos? I don't know. Which leads me to an even bigger question. Where else can I go if I don't have YouTube? What other website could I possibly go to where I can still show my content? And I could still have it available to archive for other people to watch. Twitch? Maybe, but I have my quarrels with Twitch. In fact, I recently, not joking, decided I just don't want to use Twitch anymore. I almost posted something that really would have got me in the hot water, and only one person knows about it. But I didn't do it because I was a little bit more smart about that. But the fact is that, and I'm trying not to list reasons that I may or may not like YouTube, but with Twitch, my videos don't stay forever. If I'm lucky, if I remember to, I can clip things. Other people can clip things, except most people don't clip things, but it doesn't matter. The stuff that I upload to Twitch will not stay for others to watch. So I'll make a video and then a month later the video's gone, never to be seen again. Anything that I gain from that video or any content that I think other people would enjoy would just be lost to time forever. And I don't like that. I don't like making something, especially if I put some heart into it. I don't like making something like that and then finding out that it's gone within a week. No. So I could go back to Twitch with my tail behind my legs, but I feel like YouTube is my platform. And if Nintendo is going to take down Nintendo-based content, any Nintendo-based content, including the new game I've been looking forward to streaming, then what's the point of me trying to upload anything to YouTube? I have a few things that are not Nintendo related, but Nintendo is my life and blood. That is what I grew up with. I didn't grow up playing sports. I didn't grow up learning how to fish like my dad would have wanted me to. I didn't grow up with hardly any friends. The friends I had were in elementary school. I barely knew them personally. I was never really invited to many of their birthday parties. And then when middle school / high school started, not only were they not my friends anymore, some of them would tease me. So I've had a hard time making friends. But YouTube is my life. I don't want to sound like I have nothing else outside YouTube, and that I'm so compulsive and obsessive about this that I'm just going to break down and just never be active again. But this is what I enjoy doing most of my time on this earth. This is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I've grown into perfecting, mastering. I've come a long way from using a tiny little video camera that's not even sold in stores anymore. I have OBS. I have a Windows 10 or 11 computer. Is that what it is? It doesn't matter. I've got all this nice stuff. I have ways to make these videos, but if Nintendo is going to take them down, if I am fearful of making those videos because of Nintendo cracking down on everyone just because there were some quote-unquote bad eggs that ruined it for people. It's Miiverse all over again. I like Miiverse. It wasn't perfect. But when some of the less desirable people started posting things that Nintendo was like, nope, we can't have this, they shut down Miiverse like that. We had some time to be ready for that. But Miiverse, I argue, is the way I got into social media. I would not have a Twitter account if it wasn't for me being on Miiverse. Because Twitter is my replacement for Miiverse. And even that has its own problems come 15th, where Elon Musk is doing something or another. But I'm so drained. I'm 36 years old. I'm not exactly young anymore, but I still have content to give. I still have that drive to make these videos. But if I risk my channel making these videos to lose everything that I've done so far, what is the point? This is coming out more negative than I wanted it to be, but I just don't know what to do. And it hurts. It's possible I'm too small of a content creator that they're not going to do anything. But I can't believe that. I feel like anything that has Nintendo's name, that has any name of any character franchise that they own, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, forgot to mention playing Donkey Kong Country games, but whatever, Kirby, Pokemon, Splatoon, even something a little bit more quote-unquote vague like, Ninjala. Is it Ninjala? It doesn't matter. Metroid, Star Fox, anything that was made by Nintendo or was on the Nintendo unit. Any of those videos, including the Korimpa Marble Mania videos, I was trying to consistently upload last week. Well, last week being this week because it's still Saturday, not Sunday, but regardless. All those videos could be taken down, could be given a copyright strike, and I have no power to change it. I don't know what to do. And again, I didn't want this to sound as negative as I did. I was trying to start out kind of with the honey before the vinegar. It's like, let's talk about those sweet, sweet memories before we get into the bitterness that is happening right now. But now I'm in a state, at this very moment, as I'm talking to you, where I'm so petrified that I don't know what to do. I'm going to keep an eye on my channel at what happens with my videos. But this could be the end. And when that end happens, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have any other social sites that I can share these videos on other than Twitch, and who knows, maybe Twitch will get affected as well. Nintendo, I love you guys. I do. But what you're doing to some of us, it hurts. Some of us live off of making videos to just showcase your product. For me, you're taking away a huge piece of my life. Something that kept me going, even in the darkest of days, when I was still in my old apartment. I'm just heartbroken. And maybe nothing's gonna come out of this. Maybe this is gonna be another case where I freak out over nothing. Like I did with the whole... I don't even remember what it was called, but it was about... Yeah, I don't know. I have to look up that video, maybe post a link to it later, but... This feels very real to me. And... the real consequences scares me. Do I continue making content from Nintendo? Including maybe putting up some stuff that even I myself, before I heard about this, was worried about posting to begin with? Or do I just stop and just throw in the towel, say I'm done? For the most part, I'm done with YouTube. What do I do? What would you do? And where do we go from here? What is the future for us gamer YouTubers who live to record Nintendo content? For me to entertain and to just show my story with a game to you guys. That's all I do. That's all I'll ever do. And if Nintendo takes that away, I have no power to take that back. None. I don't know what's gonna happen, but... we'll just have to see. I hate doing this because I do it so often, but I think I might just take a whole week's break from YouTube, from making content. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just see if I can survive this purge before I make it to 1,000 subscribers. Till then, or until it doesn't happen, regardless of how this ends, this has been Wii2PLAY. And possibly for the last time, I have nothing left to say. Please, somehow, find a way to enjoy your day. Whether you believe COVID is over or not, take care out there. And maybe, hopefully, possibly, if all goes well, maybe I'll catch ya later. Good night.